Welcome to our show, where we take a deep dive into fascinating topics. Today, we're exploring a subject that's often misunderstood and misrepresented: African traditional religion. Our question for this episode: is African traditional religion really a religion in its own right?
That's a great question. To set the stage, let's consider the broader concept of religion. Religion is everywhere, isn't it? From personal crises to public spectacles, it threads through the very fabric of human life.
Absolutely. Religion fills that aching void we sometimes feel. It gives meaning to our lives. Even in modern societies, people are substituting traditional religions with other belief systems, such as political ideologies or personalities they idolize. This shows just how fundamental the need for meaning is in our lives.
Right. And those substitute religions, whether it's the cult of the state, celebrity worship, or even consumerism, are all attempts to fill that void. Now, wouldn't you agree that it's intriguing how these manifestations differ from established religions that have deep historical roots?
Exactly. And that brings us to African traditional religion, or ATR. Unfortunately, many outsiders have viewed it through a lens of bias, often labeling it as primitive superstition. This has led to a superficial understanding that dismisses ATR as mere fetishism or magic.
Yes, and to elaborate on that point, a lot of this misunderstanding stems from travelers' tales and quick visits where people formed sweeping judgments. They awarded ATR a token place at conferences and in academic texts without truly appreciating its depth and significance.
That's so true. Renowned scholar John S. Mbidi once said, "I am because we are." This emphasizes the communal nature of African cultures and their spiritual practices. It's not just a collection of rituals, it's a profound way of connecting with one another and with the universe.
And let's touch on the role of African voices in this narrative. More Africans are taking the reins and defining their own religious heritage, doing so with academic rigor and heartfelt commitment. This resurgence is vital to understanding ATR today.
So, at its core, how do we define African traditional religion? It is the living, indigenous faith of African peoples, practiced continuously from generation to generation.
Right, and that's an important distinction. ATR is not some dusty relic from the past, nor is it fixed in one form. It's dynamic and adaptive, shaping contemporary worldviews, ethical frameworks, and communal bonds. For example, ceremonial practices can vary widely among different ethnic groups, yet they all connect deeply to the belief in ancestors and community.
Speaking of community, one interesting aspect of ATR is how it emphasizes the participation of all members, regardless of age or status. Younger members learn through observation and participation, bridging history and modernity in a living faith. It's a beautiful, evolving tapestry of beliefs and rituals.
Exactly. And as we wrap up this segment, let's remind our listeners that ATR deserves recognition as a legitimate religion, just as much as any other faith system. It encompasses the beliefs of countless individuals who are living it today.
So, to summarize, African traditional religion isn't a relic of the past, but rather a vital, living heritage that nurtures the spiritual lives of millions. It deserves our respect and attention as a significant religious system in the world today.
And in our next episode, we're going to share insights on how to study ATR from an insider's perspective, a deeper look into its practices and teachings as practiced by its adherents. It promises to be an enriching discussion, so stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us today. Remember, understanding different faiths helps us connect as a global community. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep the dialogue alive.